A lot of people have asked me how to find private money lenders for real estate. Hi, I'm Mitch Stephen, and I've raised over $26 million in private money. I probably raised more than that. I'm just saying I have $26 million worth of private money out on the streets right now that I owe payments on the first of the month. Okay, so I would classify myself as pretty good at getting private money, and I'm going to talk to you about that today because you need to be finding private lenders. There are three major pillars of the real estate investing industry. Number one, you have to find a house. Number two, you have to fund a house. And number three, you have to sell the house. Today we're going to talk about funding because you can find all the houses you want to, but if you can't figure out how to fund them, it's a useless effort. The biggest reason people don't go out and find private money is because of their limiting beliefs. A good coach or mentor will help you get past those limiting beliefs. I've heard things like, I don't have experience, I don't have a track record, I don't know anyone with good credit, I don't speak the language that well, I'm not tall enough, I'm too fat, I had a bankruptcy. The list goes on and on and on of all these limiting beliefs of why they feel like no private lender is going to deal with them. Here's the deal. It's not about you. The truth is, it's all about the deal and only about the deal. If you have a $100 million property that you could buy for $17 million, you think you could find $17 million? Here you were worried about finding a couple $100,000 for a house, and I just showed you that you could probably pick up $17 million if the circumstances were right. So let's just keep running with that belief. I like to talk about a story that kind of puts everything into perspective. The truth is, if you have a great deal, a really great deal, Charles Manson should have been able to raise the money for that from prison. It didn't matter how many people he murdered. It wouldn't matter at all. And the conversation would go pretty much like this. Manson, guards, I need to talk to the warden because I want to borrow some money to buy a house. Guards talk to the warden. Warden calls back Manson and says, Manson, I'm not loaning you any money. Are you nuts? Understatement. Manson, I got a $200,000 house and all I want is $100,000 in a first lien position, and if I don't pay you, you can take my $200,000 house. And then the warden pushes that little button that puts him on speaker throughout the whole prison, and he says, guards, bring Manson to me. Make sure there's not a pencil in his hand until I decide he gets a pencil, and then we're going to sign some documents. Okay, see you in a few minutes. That's how that would work. So, believe me, it's not about you. It's about the deal. Investors want to know how much you're going to make and what happens if you don't do what you told me you're going to do. So if there's a win in both of those columns, if it goes right, they're going to make X amount per month and they're happy and you're happy, that's a win. If you don't do what you say you're going to do, then they're going to get the next option, which is even a bigger winner than the first one. In reality, private lenders would do a whole lot better if they got properties back if you set up the terms right. And the worst thing that'll ever happen to them is that you pay them on time as agreed and everything goes smooth. Finding that first private lender is key. It's just like anything else. Once you've done it once, your whole belief system changes and opens up. So go out and find a great deal. If you don't have a great deal, go find someone else who has a great deal and help raise the money for him. Just get over this problem because this is a billion-dollar problem that you're having. Once you solve this problem, if this is the only problem you solve this year, you're on your way because finding private money is everything. Private money changes everything. Imagine if you could buy any deal you wanted, anytime you wanted, by just picking up the phone and going, hey brother, I need $100,000 deposited in my account in the next 4 days because this is what I got, XYZ. It'll change your whole life. So don't underestimate this topic because without funding, we're nothing. And with funding, we can be all we want to be. With unlimited private lenders, you can explode. Like I said, I owe money right now to private lenders right this minute to the tune of $26 million. I'm writing checks on the first of the month that will total over $125,000. And every month on the first, I got to write the same checks over and over again. And it's my pleasure. Because I'm making more than I'm paying out. I can promise you that. So remember, when you're talking about private lenders, it's all about the numbers. What are you asking to borrow? What are you giving a lien on? How much is that property worth? I personally never borrow more than 65% of what I can owner finance the sale of my property for. Okay? I'm asking for a 65% loan max. I average only borrowing 58% because I'm a professional deal finder. I find highly distressed properties at bargain prices. I average borrowing $58,000 in a first lien position from a private lender on a property that's worth $100, just for easy math. So it's about those numbers, but it's also about another set of numbers. How many people are you going to present your case to? If you're going to present your case to one person and quit because they said no, then this isn't going to work. You can turn off this thing and we can just go home. But I will challenge you. I bet you can't take a perfectly good deal, and I mean a good deal, and get 50 no's in a row. Make that your goal, to get 50 no's in a row. So on the first no, you say, okay, and you can celebrate with glee. I got one no, only 49 more to go. I bet you can't make it to 50 no's. I really bet you can't make it to 15. If you make it to 15 no's, you probably don't have a good deal. Or you may need to work on your pitch a little bit. We'll talk about that in another episode. So remember, it's all about the deal. It's not about you. If you want to listen to one of my students talk about how his experience went leading up to his first private lender, then go to the link below. We have a group coaching call every Tuesday night, and this guy was on there, and he had taken my course, Private Money Changes Everything. And one of the things we like to do is share victories on that call. And this is a recording of his victory, and you'll find it very interesting because you're going to go through some of the same emotional roller coasters that he went through, and it always helps to know that it's just not you, it's everyone that goes through that. Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you continue to the next episode because you won't believe what I'm fixing to tell you there.